Welcome to DPS The Next Level. This is our first podcast of the 2025 school year, and you are in our brand new studio. Take a look over my shoulders or my bald head, and there it is, our new logo. You can't beat it. And we, of course, have a new desk, we have a new lighting system, and we have new guests. So I'm going to start with Trinity.
Okay, my name is Trinity Holiday, and I go to Meadowdale, and I'm a senior.
Okay.
My name is Chris Starr. I go to Dunbar, and I'm a senior.
My name is Nilian Scott. I'm also a senior, and I go to Thurgood Marshall High School.
My name is Nevaeh Woods. I'm a junior at David H. Ponitz.
And my name is Marwan Snodgrass, and I'm a senior at Belmont High School.
So I'm going to ask the first question. I ask all the questions, actually. You get to ask me some at the end, maybe. Trinity, I want to know, what are some of your aspirations in life outside of school? Like, graduation is going to happen. I know all of you. I know your background. I get to see your grades and stuff. I have this computer over there where I can see everything in my office. That one right there, everything. Nevaeh, I know what you do and how you do it. So you're going to graduate. Tell me about what your dreams and aspirations are for once you're done.
I want to be rich.
Okay. Say less. Like, what's rich? Like millions?
I just want to make sure I'm financially stable.
Tell me why.
Because I've watched people struggle before, and it's just not, I just know it's not fun. And I want to have fun. And I want to be able to take care of my business and still have fun.
I'm glad you actually said that. That's a reality. Not having enough resources is uncomfortable. It is not pleasant. Do you think it wears on people's personality when that happens, makes them grumpy, mean?
Yes. And it's just like some people don't know what's going on in their life, so you don't know why this person is acting this way, and really it's just because they can't take care of themselves.
Facts. Chris, we know you're going to graduate. I mean, that's a fact. It's a given. What about after that? What are your goals, dreams, and aspirations?
I don't really have any aspirations or dreams, mainly like short-term goals.
Okay.
So after graduation, I plan to take on a apprenticeship for, what is it called again? I believe it's sheet metal. So getting into a trade, and I just want to be comfortable, be able to, if I want to travel, I can travel, make sure all my bills are paid, things like that.
I love what you said about travel. Where are some places you think you might want to travel?
I definitely want to go to different states, but I mainly want to go out of the country, somewhere Caribbean, things like that, because I want to experience a lot of different cultures and stuff.
I love that you said that. This is a really big world. There's a lot out there other than Gettysburg, Thurn, Salem, Hoover.
Man.
That make sense? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot going on out there. Lillian, what do you say?
I guess my main goal is like going to college, making sure that I'm doing well there. I guess further than that, I'd like to go to law school.
Ah, law school. Is there a reason for that? Are you a debater?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and put it out there. I saw you win the debate championship. I was there. Go ahead and put it out there.
I am a debate winner from last year. Yeah.
Do you enjoy debating?
Yeah, I do enjoy debating. So hopefully we're gonna start that up soon and kick that back in action.
We are definitely having the debate competition this year. Every single school this year is represented. I said to the principals this summer that let's just say this. I said that every school has to be represented. So we have
Including Stivers?
Including Stivers. So we have debate teams for, and that's a story behind that he and I know. But we have debate teams for all the schools, which is another one of the amazing things we do here in DPS, and I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Nevaeh, goals, dreams, aspirations, because I know you're going to graduate. That's the easy part. For
Well,
you.
I know for sure that once I graduate, I'm going to The Ohio State University. I want my major to be nursing and my minor to be social work. And after that, I really just want to, like Trinity said, I want to be rich. I want to have something to fall back on if my plans don't work. I want to have something to fall back on for myself, my children when I do have children, and more. And I really just want to help people. That's a big thing for me. I really want to help people. I want to help the homeless not be homeless. I want to help the poor not be poor. And I want to let people know, like, in hospitals, it's not just people who work here that just want to help you guys for the money. It's some people that actually want to help and don't really care for the money.
There's a theme here about, you all use the term rich. We could use another one called comfortable. We could use another one called secure. I think those things are important. I feel like when you're saying it, you're not saying it like, I want to be rich to have things. Nobody here mentioned anything about stuff. You know, you said travel, pay my bills, I'm good, right? And I think that's really noble and great that you feel that way. When you get to the point where you don't know when you get paid, you're not exactly sure how much. You just know you can take care of yourself and you can move along and do the things you want to do in life. That's as close to happiness as you can get. Marwan, what say you? Goals, aspirations, dreams. We know you're going to graduate. That's a given.
Well,
Let's get past that one.
I got my phlebotomy license coming in. I recently just passed my test for it.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay, that's another one of our programs. Phlebotomy, DPS in the house
Yes,
again.
sir. Taking that this semester.
so during the summer, I might start working at Kettering Health, and then
Or Premier, they will be
I
hiring.
work there now.
Yeah, Premier or Kettering.
And then I plan on joining the Marine Corps. I just recently talked to the recruiter today, and like I'm in ROTC. I'm the executive officer, which is like second in charge at Belmont. So I love like marching, which is drilling. I kind of like see myself as a drill instructor in the Marine Corps eventually.
That is fantastic. That rings a bell with me. When you all go out, you get a chance to see my other part of my office. This is the part of the office I work in here on the weekends. So when I come to work on Saturday and Sunday, I sit there and work. But out there is where I work during the week, in the evening, in the morning. There's papers and boxes everywhere. But against the wall, there's a picture, and there's my military picture there. So I've been in the Army. So I have shall we say, a connection to the armed services. That's the thing.
Indeed.
You know, what about your friends? You all were easy to bring on the podcast because you do the right thing, right? Do your friends feel and think the same way you do? I see 4 smiles and 2 eyeballs rolling. Trinity, that's why your eyeballs going back and forth when I said friends. And are they like you?
No, my friends aren't like me, but I mean, I try.
You try
to help them
You try
out.
to get them together. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like I have different friends for different things. So
Is that a thing? Different friends for different things.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
What about you, Chris? Are your friends like just like you, or a
They're
bit
not
different?
They're not exactly like me, but they are goal driven, just like me, if that makes sense. So they know what they want to do after high school because they pay attention to class. They're always in their proper class. They're turning in work on time. So I believe they should be fine because I have a small group of friends. I don't really have that many, like 4, 5, if that. So yeah, I believe they should be fine after high school.
Trinity, you said something I want to go back to. You said I have different groups for different like things, and I would say I'm sure everybody here already knows I graduated from Dunbar because we talk about it a lot in the district, right? And then listen, I have much love for all the high schools. I used to go to Ponance, which was from East Stivers, taught at Meadowdale, Dunbar, principal at Thurgood, worked at Belmont. So much love for all the high schools. But I was really narrow in my focus as a high schooler, and I wish I could do it over again. All of my friends were carbon copies of me. They were all athletes and mostly good students, and we didn't have any other friends outside of that. And I wish I could do a redo on that.
That's
so I love
boring.
when you. It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Not
really
like
boring.
having
Yes.
the same group, having the same group of people for the same for different things. It doesn't mix, and that's when like fallouts happen.
Oh yeah.
because
So you're the same people. You got the same people or different groups?
I'm just like her.
Okay,
different.
Trinity, different groups for. I got you.
Me.
What about you, Nelly?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's like a joke on TikTok, like using group A's like humor with group B. So like definitely having different groups.
Man, you got to send that to me. Using Group A's humor with Group B.
Yeah.
Did it
Doesn't
work?
work.
Doesn't
No,
work.
it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I can't
That's
use
a-
my school jokes with my party friends.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They be like, huh, baby, that was corny.
Oh,
and
my.
then
Look, all of my friends, they watch this podcast. You all were boring.
I'm sorry.
Put them on blast.
What about you, Marwan?
I also got like different friends for, you know what I mean? But my like, because I got like a little main group and then not even my
side
little
group.
Yeah. My main group is mainly like in ROTC, but there are a lot of like foreigners. Like my friend Norman, he was born in the Philippines. My friend
that.
Sunem was born in Honduras. And then I got my friend Sam. He was born in Africa, so I got like a good melting pot. You know what I mean? And then I got my other friends I'd be like playing the game with, and their main goal is just trying to graduate and like, because they might be the first in their family to do it or something like that. So,
So my next question, I have to tell you, because I do a lot of.
I never told my answer.
What? How could I forget that? I'm sorry. Come on, Nevaeh. Well, you kind of did. You jumped into Trinity's, but you go ahead. Because the next question actually starts with a story about you, but you go ahead. You tell your answer, then I'll go back to that.
I don't think my friends are. I don't think no one's just like someone, but me and my friends relate in certain aspects. But like Trinity said, I have certain friends for certain things. Like when I want to go out, I might use my school friends, but I don't use my friends that are specifically school, because they just won't have fun and they're totally different. And I don't want to force anyone to be different. So I would say some of my friends are like me or have the same mindset as me, and then some are just, I want to go out friends and just that.
That makes sense. Do you ever mix the groups?
No.
a little
No.
bit.
A little bit?
I tried and it didn't work.
Yeah, I've
You did
tried,
say that. You
but
said it's
no.
all bad.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Got
so
Like he said, you can't use Group A's humor with Group B's humor.
you just
They just don't mix.
and it's fine. That's okay. You gotta just
Yeah.
realize that's fine.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
I just
just
realized I
depends
have
for
two
me.
cents for two
Like,
different things.
yeah,
Right.
we can all just.
Because
enough
like
for
with
me.
me,
Yeah,
it's not
right,
like I'm
basically.
like a totally different person with the friend group. Like overall, like for example on Instagram, right? I post whatever I post, and all of those friends are gonna see it because they, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
so they know how I am and know like I'm somewhat of a corny person. So they might laugh just because it's me, while my other friends might laugh knowing inside joke.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
I got you. You know, my next question, I see you all, and you can't help but do this as adults. So you're walking through the high schools and you see kids. And most adults, they reflect and think back to their high school days, right? And so for me, that was 40 years ago, a long, long time ago. And Nevaeh, when you came, we asked you to come up and speak at Convocation in front of 2,800 people. You accepted it and said, I got you. Sent a text message with your speech and marched right on up there and did it. How do you all do stuff like that? Because I got to tell you right now, if I were your age, like I think back when, I couldn't have done that. I'd have been terrified. So it seems like you all are not as afraid as my generation.
I feel like it's because we just do it. It's like you don't have to think about it. You just got to do it. You just do it.
Okay.
And then once you do it, it's over. And you're just like, okay, I survived. Like, what?
Like the more you think about it, the more it's gonna worry you. So if you just like, I wouldn't say necessarily go blank, but just think I got to do it one way or another. Might as well not dwell on the fact that I'm nervous and stressed and try and just get it done the best way I can. It's gonna work out for you.
I feel like there's no reason to be nervous unless what you're about to do is embarrassing. So like if I know I'm about
That
to
is
debate
deep.
someone,
That's
yeah, if
real.
I'm about to debate somebody, I'm in my zone. So there's no
Especially
reason I
when
should
you
be
know you
embarrassed.
can do it and you're
Yeah.
good at something. It's like, okay, this is what I do.
Okay.
Like, okay.
That is deep. You were like, unless it's embarrassing, I'm in my space. I'm the expert at this, or this is what I want to do. So why am I nervous?
All right.
Chris,
Yeah, I feel like
I mean, you were up on stage yesterday. All of us important adults out there. He was on stage with the mayor, city commissioners, board of education members, other elected officials. I was in the back.
I was in the back.
I was in the house. So yeah, and you marched right out in front of those adults and did your thing. And it was just like, I got this.
Yeah, just don't dwell on it for real. Just do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
And you, that's almost 3,000 people.
That's what I'm saying.
You
like
were just like, I got
That's
this.
crazy.
I got this.
Seeing that I did
like,
it not that long ago, I don't tell many people this, but I didn't work all summer to do my speech. I literally started like 2 weeks before. I started 2 weeks before, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about this. And then at first I was scared because I wasn't prepared, but then I was like, I can't back out. It just be stuff like, even if I can back out, I don't want to back out. It's not going to feel right on me, and it's not going to feel right to back out on someone. People were actually like, waiting for me and supporting me through everything. So it was just like everyone's saying, you just have to do it. Like, I feel like the way that we're all raised on that mindset of do what you have to do. No matter what, get it done. Like he said, unless it's embarrassing, just do it.
Like, yeah.
Just push yourself, because honestly, you could have 1,000 supporters and none of them really matter. You're the one who matters, because no matter what anyone says, your say-so is the last say-so, the first and last say-so. So if 1,000 people saying, yes, Trinity, you got it, and Trinity like, yeah, I got it, but then that last thought is, I don't want to do it no more. She's not going to feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
And that's when the, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore comes out. So I just feel like, just do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like,
Yeah,
unless
that's
it's
just-
embarrassing, just do it. Because it'll have a great outcome. It'll have a great outcome. Unless it's embarrassing.
When I left Convocation, and some of the people who have put it together, they're sitting right over there. I went to all the schools, high schools, and I went by Belmont, and one of the teachers stopped me and said, hey, Dr. Lawrence, this is my 41st year. I'm retiring this year, but I almost thought about teaching another year. I was so inspired by Convocation. She said, that's the best one that I've ever seen.
I was working at Kroger at the time, and it was, I remember, it was 3 to 4 different teachers, and I was outside doing carts for each one. 3 to 4 different teachers, they'd stop me, wasn't you just speaking at Convocation? And then they'd be like, oh my God, it was so good. It wasn't like, they'd say, I'm not going to say exactly what they said, but they said that it was a really good Convocation.
And when I went to Ponus afterwards, all the teachers in the building, it was like they had so much pride in you and the speech that you gave. And they stopped me, and many of them had been in district for 25 years or more, and said that was the best Convocation they'd ever seen. So that was a general consensus around, hey, this was one of the best in the last 2 or 3 decades. And what they said was it was good because it was all kids. The Belmont Band, the Stivers, was the Stivers Choir there?
She sung.
Yeah.
She sung.
She sung the, I always get this wrong, not the Pledge of Allegiance, but the national anthem, right? Stivers, national anthem, cheerleaders from every school, Belmont Band, cheerleaders, Stivers, national anthem. Meadowdale ROTC. And then we didn't have an adult. You were the keynote speaker. So at Convocations, we typically pay a keynote speaker. Oh my, I should have said that. Did we pay you?
Got something done.
Oh my
Get your
gosh.
reimbursement.
We typically pay a keynote speaker, usually thousands of dollars.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Actually,
you know what?
I need my money.
I'm getting myself in trouble. Somebody do a PO for Nevaeh, $2,000. So we typically pay them, and maybe we'll give you an honorarium. That's another word for pay. But we typically pay them. And I'm on lots of committees and have lots of meetings. I don't attend them all. People who work with me attend them. They tell me about them. But I remember saying, nah, we're not going to pay somebody to speak. We're going to have a kid do it. And I just think that was the final piece right there to say, this is really what we're about. We're about students. From the time you walked in with the Belmont Band until the last student, which was you, like this is who we are. And I'm going to say it on camera, this is who I am. Right? And so I get to mold the organization in the space that I want it to be about, which is be about kids. So it'll be all about kids again next year. We're already working on it. And I'm worried that it's not going to be as good because last year was a smoker.
Yeah, it was
a
really
smoker.
good. I had fun.
Oh, man.
The
last year was
cheerleaders
Maybe
really
even
good.
some Dayton Public alumni too. Speaking.
I
don't think
less.
that would
I
be too
see
bad.
people over there typing and writing. Who knows?
Hey, I'm gonna be an alumni at some point. So.
So you are on the podcast. You're the first group on our new set. You're about 4.5 months, except for Nevaeh. And Nevaeh, you'll still be able to speak to this. You're about 4.5 months from coming up on stage at the University of Dayton. And you get your diploma from your principal. I shake your hands, and some of the kids that I know, we still hug, but I shake your hand, and then you go down the steps, and it's over. That part of it. That part of it. How do you think you're going to feel on that day? Once you get your diploma, you shake. Well, better yet, I get to say, hey, after the principal says what they say, I say, hey, by the powers vested in the state, blah, 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 we declare you graduates. So once you get your diploma, how do you think you're going to feel when you walk over that stage and you go, man, no more classes?
Ecstatic.
Actually, I'm gonna still have
Freed.
some classes.
Freed,
Yeah.
ecstatic. There was a smile, and then you looked around a little
Emotional.
Yeah,
Emotional.
I'm gonna be all over the place. I don't know, cause this is like I just been doing school for 12 years.
bit.
It's like okay, I'm gonna go to school afterwards, but it's like it's no more like class.
And it's no more.
just
Hey,
freedom.
get there.
Yeah, that structure behind it.
okay.
No more mom.
I'm gonna cry.
Just there to
Okay,
wake
so
me
we got
up.
crying, freedom, structure. What say you, Chris?
I don't know. I really don't know how I think I'm gonna feel. I know I'm gonna be ready for what comes after it, which would be my career, my choice that I choose, that I will pursue for the rest of my life.
So, I'm going to say this in a general sense. I went to school for 12 years here and graduated from Dayton Public Schools. But since that time, I've gone to school for 12 more years, like after that. Yeah, 5 years as an undergraduate,
20
At a college.
years of education.
2 years for a master's, that's 7. 4 years for my PhD, that's 11. And then another year for a master's in administration, that's 12. So I've done another 12. Do any of you anticipate doing another 12? 13,
No.
14, 15?
I anticipate another
That
7.
was quick.
No,
Out the gate, no.
No,
Nah.
no.
Chris, you've been pretty laid back, but you were like, nah, I don't want no parts of that. None.
So I'm the only yes.
I'm
It's
a
a
yes,
yes.
too. I'm ready.
Well,
Only
I mean-
because
Because I got my
really
college in
want,
2 years, 3 years of law school.
Okay.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
want
that's
my
that's
master's
7.
and doctorate.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
really want my
I can only
doctorate
see
and
like
master's.
max another probably
Dr.
3 to
Lewis, I
5.
see it.
You know what?
I really want the doctor in front of my last name, so
You do?
That's
Yeah.
really cute.
I really do.
Yeah.
Dr.
It's really
Woods.
cute. It is cute.
Yeah.
I know
want
that. Like
I
it's
want
really
my
cute.
white lab coat.
Like
Well, I would tell you this now that, and I want my folks to keep this in the footage. This whole doctor piece is an interesting piece now. Do you know that if you're that you can make yourself a doctorate if you're in certain fields, you can just make it and put your name on it. You don't have to go to school. You just make it up.
Don't tell me that because I had a few years.
Yeah, you know. Some people, you don't have to write anything. Like what I do is when people tell me they have a doctorate, I always go, "Where's your dissertation?" And then I always go look it up and read
You
it.
read it. Yeah, you tell me
And
that.
sometimes it doesn't exist, right? And then so
But see, I need
yeah,
mine to
yeah,
exist
yeah.
because I don't need to. But hey, you're not really a doctor, and I'm gonna say, hey, just mind yours.
So I'm pretty protective of that. I usually go, well, let me see. I gotta read this. Where's the evidence that this person is a doctor? So that's a whole nother story, whole nother podcast. You're departing Dayton Public Schools. You're off the stage. You're leaving. I heard structure's gone, great. Emotional. I heard a bunch of other things. Did we do a good job? That means we being Dayton Public Schools, the teachers, the principals, the people who work for the superintendent. Did we do a good job?
yes,
for me, it's a yes.
yes. I didn't even know what Dayton Public Schools was before I went to Meadowdale. I went to Trotwood. So when I came to Meadowdale, I was like, what is this? And so at first it was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then you could just tell the elevation, like it just kept changing and changing. It just got better. It just got so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Your
I
senior
just-
year is, so your freshman year, your principal was an assistant principal.
Mm-hmm.
Your sophomore year, he was the assistant principal. Your junior year, he became the principal.
Yes.
And now your senior year, this is his second year.
He
You're
the best
right.
principal ever.
It kept getting better and better. It
Yes,
still
it's
continues to
better,
do so.
Yes.
Did we do a good job, Chris?
Yeah, I believe from Edison to EJ to Dunbar, I feel like my education, everything that I've been through, the teachers, they expected good things from me, and I provided, and I feel like I had a good time throughout my 12 years.
Yeah. I started at Wright Brothers, and then I went to Belmont, and then now I'm finishing at Thurgood. So I'd say at all three of those schools, I mean, they provided pretty well.
That's great.
That is great. And we are just so proud to have you up there. It's so much fun. It makes the day different for all of us, the board members and myself. It's just different with the students up there. We do a good job. Have we done a good job so far? You got one more, 1.5 more.
Honestly, yes. I'm not from Dayton at all. So when I moved here, I was instantly DPS. But comparing DPS to CPS, Chicago Public Schools, it's 10 times better. Yes, DPS has their flaws, but I feel like you guys are doing a really good job with a lot of us. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us, 99% of us. You guys are doing really good.
You two forgot to say you're the president and vice president of Student Senate.
I mean, yeah.
You want to mention it?
I mean, right. If you want to mention all of those, I can also say I'm an ally help opponent.
Right. So many awards and stuff. It's just,
I could go on for years.
I got you. Marman?
I would say for sure. I was born in Springfield, Ohio, so I came going into second grade, and I started at Horseman, and even I would say the best student, you know what I mean, educationally. If something didn't really interest me, I didn't feel like doing it, but I wouldn't be, you know what I mean,
disruptive.
Exactly. I would let others learn, but even then, because my grades would start somewhat slipping, and then the teachers you could see they cared, they seen in me that, oh, he really can do it, he just chooses not to, and we need to push him. And I went through I went to Horseman, then I went to Stivers for 7th, 8th grade for dance, so I did all types of dance.
Okay. And
even then, all those teachers, Stivers was probably rough for me, not because the teachers, but because I made it rough. But even then, the teachers would try their hardest to make it easier for me, even virtual year, all the way up to my senior year at Belmont, where I probably wouldn't start getting it until late sophomore year, that okay, I really need to buckle down. But seeing the growth from me, I can only, you know what I mean, thank Dayton Public Schools for still believing in me and not just saying, oh, he hasn't gotten it by now, let's just give up.
Yes.
Well said.
Yes, I do appreciate Dayton Public, because when I came from Trotwood my freshman year into Meadowdale, they showed me okay, girl, you not finna just be talking your way through this, because I used to just, finesse my teachers and just talk and be no, they was no. So then I just buckled down, and I have been good ever since. So
to piggyback off what he said, I wasn't always I can put my big girl clothing on and say I wasn't always how I am now. Yes, I was always focused.
No, there's been some growth.
I was
Imagine
always
that.
focused educationally, but my behavior once upon a time, especially EJ Brown, I was not the best that I could be. But all my teachers still seen me. Even after the mistakes that I made, my teachers still seen me, and they didn't give up on me. They didn't look at me differently. They didn't judge me. They didn't do any of that. They still pushed me to be the best that I could be, and they still encouraged me to keep going, not let my mistakes put me down, or not let these people get in my head, and so on, so on. So I do feel like DPS did a really good job, because the teachers, yes, you have some that you may argue with, that you may get attitude from, but a lot of them care. A lot of them won't let you just sit there and throw your entire life away, or even let one A go to a low A. A lot of them will literally lift you up and keep you after class and talk you through hours and hours and hours.
This is good to know as a superintendent. Thumbs up.
Yes.
So who was your principal at Horseman?
I had, I forget at first, but then near the end, I had Miss Moss.
Miss Moss? Miss Winston?
Yep, Miss Winston.
Yeah, Miss Winston.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's how I'm going to end it. Give me one principal you liked, one teacher you liked, and you get to start.
Oh, I was kind of put on the spot. My teacher.
One teacher, one principal. That's
I want
how
to
we'll
start
end
with
it.
the teacher. Master Sergeant Dangerfield, which he's just
That's the guy.
Dangerfield, he been here for years.
That's the man. Yeah.
he kind of gave me something to be excited for school about. I already like somewhat liked school, but kind of him, not even just ROTC, but him like as a teacher, I felt like a second son or third son to him. And then principal.
I am so jealous of that dude because every time I see him, he looks the same. Like he's not even aging at all. Nothing. Principal.
I would have to go.
It
with
doesn't have to be the best. Just one you liked.
I would have to go with Mr. Smith
Right,
now.
I was sitting
He
here.
Okay.
he took Belmont, and you know what I mean. He was already like kind of wasn't coming in at with like the best image of him. A lot of people was, oh, he might do this, he might do this. We already don't like that, and he's trying his best to shape it into better and take that bad image and turn it around. So it takes a lot of skill to go in with a bad image of yourself and turn it around.
This is his first year. I'm gonna take that snippet of that, Alex, and I'm gonna make sure he gets a chance to see it. It's his first year, and even as adults, we enjoy having people say positive things about us. Nevaeh, one principal and one teacher.
Okay, I'm gonna just talk real fast. Ooh, out of all my principals,
And it doesn't have to be the best, because I don't want principals thinking I said that one was better or worse than another.
not even best. It would just be
one
like,
that resonates with you.
honestly, it's two. I'm gonna say Miss Gowens and Miss Henson, and then my and Miss Christian, of course, and my teacher. Probably Miss Campbell from Charity and my Fat Boy Teachers Opponents. That's why I talk fast, because it's more than one.
She's trying to finesse.
Right?
Principal, I would definitely say my current principal, Miss Lewis, is definitely my favorite.
She's so nice.
Just seeing what she's been able to do coming
She
in
is
last
so
year,
nice.
turning the school around, that's a
Yeah.
lot. Teacher, I would say my 11th grade CCP English teacher, Miss Thomas,
Okay.
from Thurgood.
I've been in there before. Chris?
I don't know if this was a while ago. My principal would be Mr. Simmons when he was at Edison.
Oh, he's at
Time
my
out.
school.
He works for me. He
He's at
reports
my
to me.
school.
And he actually works for me. He goes to all the different schools, and whenever we have, whenever we're working on something like closing some type of gap or helping out, he goes to that school. So he was at David H. Ponitz. He'll be at Edison this week, Valerie. So he goes around and helps me work on things. He is a great guy. In fact, he gave me this book. This book has a lot of the questions that I've been asking you all today. So, Mr. Simmons and teacher.
I got a couple of teachers.
Okay, all right.
One is Mr. Noel. He dropped me off this morning. Another one is Mr. Willis. He's been a great help over the years. And the third one is Mrs. Wright.
Oh.
Yeah,
Science?
all really
No,
good
Spanish.
people. I don't know that I've been in all the classrooms with good people. And Trinity, you get to
Thought he
close
was
out the
about eBay.
first podcast of 2025 in the brand new studio of DPS The Next Level. You get to close it out.
All right, my principal is Mr. Davis. My
Easy one, right?
yes,
Easy.
I love him so much. He's the
That's
best.
easy.
And teacher, I don't have one.
You gotta have somebody that you
I don't
can
have no
hang with.
teacher because no, I just don't have a teacher.
Well, that doesn't mean the teachers are bad.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
bad.
that doesn't
No,
mean they're
not
bad. It
because
just
they're
means-
bad. It's just I
Yeah,
just don't.
didn't connect.
I
Didn't
don't
connect.
do nothing in class but work, so it's just like.
Do you think the teachers who retire will watch this?
This has a pretty good following. To answer
If
your
they do,
question, possibly, yeah.
If they do, then I'm adding on Miss Black from EJ Brown and Miss Lawson from Ponit.
Okay.
Okay.
And I
like
gotta
I'm
mention Mr. Litton. He was my debate coach. We'll put him in here. He'll be mad if I don't.
Coaches, then I put my swim coach too.
Well, this goes to all the teachers.
Yeah, okay, I'm putting my
this
swim
goes
coach
to
too.
the entire district. Actually, it's a YouTube. It goes to out to the entire world can see it. My mother watches it.
Hi, mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yes, we actually send it to your parents.
Oh.
Denise, who's my administrative assistant, she's out there.
Hi,
We send it to your
Dad.
parents. We send it to you too, but
Oh,
yeah.
Lord,
and then
that is funny.
sometimes I ask the principals to have a teacher play the podcast again. So let's just say I try to make sure people watch it. We are getting ready to close out here at DPS The Next Level, first episode of 2025. Couldn't have asked for a better first team in the studio. These are amazing kids. I don't have kids anymore who are in high school. So I have to substitute and create my own space where these are kind of like my kids. So always great to hang out with them. Appreciate you. Mad love for all of you. We're out.